प्रेम सुषमापति महादेव की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Let us all stand as we begin our beautiful night with Devi Aarti. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyaya Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namo Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. निषदिना तुमको ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी. निषदिना तुमको ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी. जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. 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 ओम धुम दुर्गाय नमः. मांग सिंदूर विराजत धिको मृद मदको. मांग सिंदूर विराजत धिको मृद मदको. उजल से दौलना चंद्रवदननी बोले. जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. ओ मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. सर्वदेशं दुर्गा मैया. कनक समान कलेवर रत्नांबर राजी. जय हो. कनक समान कलेवर रत्नांबर राजे. रक्त पुष्प गलमाला कंताहार साजे. जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. हो मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. हरि शुंभ निशुंभ विधारे महिषासुर गाते. ओ शुंभ निशुंभ विधारे महिषासुर गाते. धूम्र विलोचन नैना इस दिन मदमात. जय हो. जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. ओ मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. जय दुर्गा माँ. ब्रह्मानी रुद्राणी तुम कमला रानी. ओ ब्रह्मानी रुद्राणी तुम कमला रानी. आगम निगम बसानी तुम शिव पतरानी. बोले जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी. हो मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा 64 युगनी गावत नृत्य करत भैरो ओ 64 युगनी गावत नृत्य करत भैरो बाजत मृदंगा और बाजत के डमरू जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी ओ मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी ओम धूम दुर्गाय नमः ग्लोरी श्री अम्बा मैया Dum 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 Durga lam 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 lalita dum 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 Durga lam 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 lalita dum 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 Durga lam 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 lalita dum 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 Durga lam 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 lalita dum 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 Durga lam 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 lalita dum दुर्गा क्षमा शिवदात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते धूम दुर्गाय नमः 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 दुर्गाय नमः दुम 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 दुर्गाय नमः। आज शक्ति दुर्गा देवी माता की जय। आज लीजिए सब लोग take our seats. On this beautiful night, my dear friends, we'd like to take this golden opportunity to welcome each and every one. We say Swagatam, Namaskar, a cordial welcome to all bhaktas, to all devotees who've come from far and near to join with us on this third night of devotion, right here, this beautiful Nav Durga Mandir, where we take an opportunity, a moment, a blissful moment to worship Shri Durga Maya in all her forms and manifestations. On behalf of the members of this wonderful Mandir, we especially welcome the Celestial Gandharvas, members of my wonderful group. To my loving mother who's here as well, we'd like to say a special welcome and blessings to her. And to each and everyone who sacrificed your time and your efforts to be here, we say Swagatam. To those who tuned in via Facebook and YouTube and wherever you are around the world, we welcome you to our beautiful third night of our Yajna. At this time, friends, without further ado, let us all sit upright. Let us close our eyes so that we can join in invocation mantras as we begin with Omkar 3 times, inviting the presence of that universal Lord. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दुर्गारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु सरस्वतीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः जयन्ते मङ्गला काले भद्रकाले कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवदात्रे स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते रूपं देहि जायं देहि यशो देहि जशो जहि रूपं देहि जायं देहि यशो देहि जशो जहि ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः. On this auspicious day, my friends, while we pay adorations to Jagadamba Maya, let us not forget the blessings of the Divine Lord who rules on the Mangalvar day. He's called Mahavir. He's called Pavanaputra. Pranavau Pavanakumar Kalabana Pavaka Jnana Dhana Jasurdyaga Basahi Rama Sarachapadam Atulita Baladamam Hemashailavadeham Danuzavana Krishanam Jnaninamangraganyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Vanaranamadesham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami Ulyanya Sindhu Salilam Salilam Yah Shokavahi Janakatmajaya Ajanate Neva Dadahalamta Namami Tam Pranjanyajaleyam Manojavam Marutatullaveam Jitendriyam Udhimatam Varisham Vatatmajam Vanarayuttamukyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Om Shri Hanumate Namaha Om Shri Hanumate Namaha Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. We begin our beautiful night with 40 verses of the Sri Hanuman Chalisa. On this auspicious night, once more, we special welcome all. We pray that the blessings of the Divine Mother, we pray that the blessings of Mahaviri Swami be with each and everyone. Once more to my wonderful brother Bhaiji, Baba Vijay, special welcome to you, to your wonderful family, to your wonderful son, your daughter, for wonderful prayer and devotion. We begin this night with 40 verses. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukura Sudha Varna Raghuvara Vimala Jasu Jodaya Kupalacha Buddhi Natanu Janike Sumira Pavana Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Deho Mohi Haro Kalesha Vikar. All together for Mahaviri Swami, Pavan Sudha Hanuman ki, Bajrangbali ki jai. Jai ho. Jai Hanuman Gyan Guna Sagar, Jai Kapesh Tiyulok Ujagar, Ramadota Tulsa Baladama, Anjani Putra Pavan Sutta Nama. महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी सुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरन विराज सुवेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित किसा महावीर बलवंता महावीर बलवंता जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता पवन पुत्र हनुमान ग्लोरीज द बजरंग बली बोलो ध्वजा विराज कांधे मोंज जनेऊ साज शंकर सोर केसरी नंदन निज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बस महावीर बलवंता महावीर बलवंता जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता पवन पुत्र हनुमान जय बजरंगबली सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि अंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के राज सवारे लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए वीर रघुवीर हर शिवर लाए रघुपति के ने बहुत बराए तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई महावीर बलवंता महावीर बलवंता जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता पवन पुत्र हनुमान वदन तुम रोज सगावे अस कही श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा नारद शारद सदहिसा यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि को विद कही सके कहाते तुम पुकार सुग्रीव के ना राम मिलाय राज पर दिन महावीर बलवंता महावीर बलवंता जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता पवन पुत्र हनुमान बोलो जय श्री राम तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जगदान प्रयोजन पर भानो मिलता ही मधुर फल जानो प्रभु मोद्रिका मिले मुख माहे जल दिलांगे गय चर जनाए दुर्गम का जगत के जेते सुगमानुग्रह तुम्हारे तुते महावीर बलवंता महावीर बलवंता जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता पवन पुत्र हनुमान ओम श्री हनुमते नमः। राम द्वारे तुम रखवारे, उतना आज्ञा बिन पैसारे। सब सुकल है तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सवारो आपै, तीनों लोग हाकते कापै। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर 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 जब हम सुनबै। महावीर बलवंत महावीर बलवंता, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। क्या बात, जय श्री राम। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै, सोई अमित जीवन पल पावै। महावीर बलवंत महावीर बलवंता, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। All glories to Bajrang Bali on this divine night. चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियार। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, सवर दे जान के माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दास। महावीर बलवंत महावीर बलवंता, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। हरि तुमरे भजन राम को पावै, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाए, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाय। और देवता चिता न डरहि, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करहि। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा। महावीर बलवंत महावीर बलवंता, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। क्या बात हो। Touch the feet of Bajrang Bali. जय 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 बोलो, जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई। कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाय, जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई। युतहि बंदी महासुख होय, जो यहाँ पर हनुमान चालीसा। कोई सिद्धि साकी गौरीसा, तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा। जयनाथ हृदय महाधीर। महावीर बलवंत महावीर बलवंता, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। पवन पुत्र हनुमान, पवन पुत्र हनुमान, पवन पुत्र हनुमान, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहिता, हृदय बसहो सुरभो। Pawan Sudha Hanuman ki, Bajrangbali ki Jai. On this divine night, my dear friends, as we've come together, this is the third night of the Nauraatri period. Many people around the world, they have sacrificed their time and their moment to worship none other than the Divine Mother, Adi Shakti Durga Maya. Today, as we've come together, it is said Durga Devi Mata in Devi Bhagavatam and in Bhagavatam in itself, which is different. Devi Bhagavatam deals with Devi and Bhagavatam deals with Bhagavan Shri Krishna. It is said together, there are many references, there are many kathas, pravachans, many pastimes, many leelas, as you would say, where Devi Mata, she calls out to her brother. She calls out to that brother of hers. And that brother is none other than Bhagwan Govinda. Tonight, we're about to continue our wonderful message. To those who remember where we stopped last night and to those who don't, it is said when a king had performed such actions in the world, he had to face now either the merits or the demerits of his actions. When you perform an action, you either receive blessings or you receive the painful sparks of the Divine Lord into your life. Which do you prefer? It says before you act in the world, think. Think before you speak and think before you act. Today, tonight, it is said the great king, he had to repay a debt of 2.5 loads of gold to a great saint. And he didn't know where to get money from. He had already given his entire palace and everything that he had to the sage. But now, he has to find gold in order to repay. And according to our message last night, it is said he traveled to Banaras. And there, when the final day had come, after 1 month, waiting now to repay the saint approached the king and he then asked, where was his money? Where was his gold? And while there was nothing, he had no choice but to then sell his wife. Last night, many devotees, they were struck when they heard. It is said the king had to sell his wife, and while she was sold to some brahmanas, Katha continues on this wonderful night. But while we glorify the Divine Lord Sri Govinda, everybody can sing along. Radhe Govinda, Radhe Gopala, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Gopala, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We sing all together. Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All together with love. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody bole, Radhe Govinda. With love, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Govinda. Govinda, Radhe Gopala, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Gopala, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Gopala, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Come on. Hare Bol. Everybody has to glorify our Lord tonight. Let us clap and let us sing. Follow. Radhe 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 Shyam, Radhe Govinda, Murali Madhava Radhe Shyam, Radhe Gopala, Radhe 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 Shyam, Radhe Govinda, Murali Madhava Radhe Shyam, Radhe Gopala, Radhe 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 Shyam, Radhe Govinda, Murali Madhava Radhe Shyam, Radhe Gopala. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Glory to Shri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama. Radhe Govinda, Radhe Gopala, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Gopala, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. बोलिए सबको प्यारी Hare Rama, Rama Rama. By yourselves loudly now. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Very nice. One more time, sabko pyari. Everybody all together with love. Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Rama. क्या बात, बहुत सुंदर. To each and everyone who joined tonight in chanting the divine name of our Lord, may you be blessed not only by Shri Krishna but by Adi Shakti Jagadamba Maya. On this auspicious night, as we begin our message, Continuing from our katha last night and the night before, a king, he had given up everything. He met with a sage, and due to disrespect, he had to give up everything. He was owing debts. He gave his kingdom. He gave all the jewels that he had. He gave all the wealth that he had. One day when he pounced on his chest and he claimed to be a mighty king, the Lord decided to test him and to break him down by taking everything. Remember, don't pounce too hard to think that you're big and you're better and you're more supreme than everybody else, because God can take everything from you in a split of a moment. On that day, he was standing on the streets of Banaras alongside his wife and his one son, and now finding a way in his mind to pay back this great saint 2.5 loads of gold. He will wonder, as a king, I don't know how to work. I'm a kshatriya, I can fight. As the wife and as the son, they can't work. But the only solution they had, as his Dulahin came up with it in her mind, was to be sold as a servant, a maid servant. To those who remember last night, it is said some Brahmanas, they were passing by, and when they saw what was happening, they heard this Dulahin calling out to everybody, anybody want a maid servant? I will be sold for a price. And all the Brahmanas came and they said, you know what? We need somebody in the ashram. We need somebody to take care of the ashram. We need somebody to help clean and to cook and to clean the entire place and to prepare everything. And they thought to themselves that they would buy her over. It is said they bought her for a price. And when she was about to be taken away, they grabbed her by the hand and decided to pull her because she no longer belongs to anybody else but them. Long ago, hundreds of years ago, and I believe as of recently, maybe 100 years ago, even in Bangladesh and in India, many people were sold as servants. I can remember being there maybe about 17, 18 years ago. And while being there at that time, even then, many women, many young girls, they were sold in order to cook, to be servants, to be maid servants, and to be performing all the chores. They were bought, and after they were bought, nobody would hear from them. Today, Bhaktas, the king looks at his wife as she's about to be taken away. She no longer belongs to him. And the son looks at his father and he says, Pitaji, will you allow her to just go? And he runs after the mother and he grabs her by the hand and he says, Maya, mat jao na. Ma, don't go. Why would you leave me? Ma, how will I survive without you? It is said that many of us, we can't survive with our father, but we will die without the mother. It is the first word that we utter many a times. 90% of the times, we always utter Ma first. Any crisis, any problem, any situation, whatever comes before us, one of the first things that comes in our mind and our thoughts, Ma, Ma. Mommy knows everything. Mommy can do everything. Everything is Ma. And only if Mommy can't do it, she says, well, here's what. Go by your father. I'm sure he knows what to do. In today's world, we are having a twist. Because I'm seeing many children now. You know, long time in a home, when the children are growing up, who was the person who used to beat? Who was the person who used to beat? Daddy used to beat. Mommy used to be the nice one cuddling you and so on. You know, so you love mommy so much because daddy's stern with you. Today the table's turn. Now daddy's saying, give him a chance now. Who beat it now? The mothers are beating now. The mothers are stern now. The mothers are correcting the home now. They are the Shakti and the energy and the light of the home and they're correcting everything. Well, today, the son begs for his mother and his mother's been carried away. He runs up to her and he grabs her by the end of her clothes and he's pulling, Maya mat jao na. And the Brahmana says, foolish boy, go from here. Go by your father. She no longer belongs to you. She no longer belongs to this place. She will go to the ashram and do not come and look for her because she has to perform now her duties. She has been sold as a servant. Why can't you understand? And that child just cries out and starts to beg, Maya, please, mat jao, don't go. And while he begs, the mother sees her child crying in tears. And a mother cannot withstand to see her children in pain. She looks at her son crying and she turns to the Brahmana and she says, please understand, all I have at this point now is my son. My husband can stand for himself. Please, can I have him too? Can he come with us? He will do anything that you want. Can he come? And at that point, the Brahmana says to her, if you want him to come, we will buy him as well. But know that that is the deal. When we purchase and when we buy him, nobody will ever own him again. Not even his father will have authority over him after that. And the mother says, you know what? Well, I can't live without my child. And the king looks on and he says, but I'm here all alone now. Both of you have gone and I'm here all alone. So what to do now? A child, connection with the child, the mother. You remember that song? Mata putra se pyar kiya hai jitna kaun kare. You know it? Kaun karega what? Itna. So much love your mother has for you. Do you know that? A mother takes it upon herself to sit and stress and worry. I wonder if my child eat. My mother here tonight. I wonder if he eat. I wonder if he rests. I wonder what he's doing. I wonder if he's okay. I wonder if everything is going well with him. The mother worries not just about her children, but about people's children too. She worries about every single thing. Everything she sees, she becomes alarmed and she's ready to become worrisome about everything around. Sometimes we hate her for that. Sometimes we dislike her for that. We say, Mommy, give me a break now. Mommy, give me a 5 now. But you know what? It is her nature. As a mother with the motherly care, the love, the affection. The son begs and the Brahmana says, well, if you want him, we will take him, but we will own him. And he will be next to you, but he will have to listen to us. That is the only condition. And she agrees. And the king looks on and he doesn't say a word because he doesn't know what to say and how to say it. Listen. 9 महीने उधर मेरा का जब दुनिया में आया सरदे लगेगी चादरों करस्तन धूर पिलाया कौन करेगा इतना. All together with one voice. माता पुत्र से प्यार किया है जितना कौन करेगा इतना. To those whose parents are alive, can you live without your mother? Can you live without your father? Speak to those who've lost their parents. Speak to those who've lost their mother and their father. I'm sure there are many people who are sitting here tonight and in their mind they say, you know what? I wish I could see mommy just one more time, just to say something. I wish I could see my dad just one more time, just to say something. Just to say I'm sorry. Just to say I love you. Just to say, you know what? Thank you. We will give everything in the world to see our parent one last time. Because it is our inborn nature to love them, to cherish them, to adore them. Listen. सुख से सुलाया गाकर सुरला बजाना. Everybody बोलो. तपक तपक कर सुख की सुलाया गाकर सुरला बजाना. बीमार करे जब वैज बुला कर, बीमार करे वैज बुला कर औषध पान कराया कौन करेगा इतना. It is at that point when the Dulahin is standing there, she's been held by the hand, and the son is allowed to go, and they're being pulled now. And while they're being pulled, she keeps turning around to look. And the Brahmana says, Kya hua? What are you looking back there for? And she looks and she says, I'm just glancing my husband one more time. And he says, that's the husband you're looking at? A husband like that? A husband like that who allowed you to come in the streets to sell yourself? And you call him your husband? He says, Arey Maiya, this is your karma. Because today, understand, if he was a good husband, you didn't have to actually be here selling yourself. What kind of husband do you have? And the king just bends his head and he doesn't know what to say. And she stops him at that point and she says something. What does she say? जवान भई जब शादी करना तब तक प्रेम न छूटे जवान भई जब शादी करना तब तक प्रेम न छूटे माता की ममता ऐसी बड़ी है माता की ममता ऐसी बड़ी है सागर भरा है जितना कौन करेगा इतना all together माता पुत्र से प्यार किया है जितना कौन करेगा इतना कौन करेगा इतना She turns to the Brahmana. She says, I will not be able to see my husband from this moment onwards. But you know what, Brahmana? Whatever you say about my husband, I'll tell you that I just have one wish. In every lifetime that I will ever come back, I want the same husband to be my husband. That is a powerful statement. Randy boy? How many wives tonight could say, you know what? I will back my same husband. Well, How many wives can think and say, you know what? I want back that same husband. Every lifetime, man, every generation, I want him to be there. How many husbands can say, you know what? I want back the same wife. Well, That's a tricky one. Because of the connection, because of the communication, because of the love that they share. You know what the Brahmana said? If you had a good husband, he would have treated you so good that you didn't have to come and sell yourself and sell your son. You know what? Next time, he says, Devi, next time, make sure and check properly. Check what? Check what? When you're going to get married, what do you check? What do you check? You think they check in Batra? Them checking is your money you have first. Then the Patra after. Make sure and check properly. Do you know when two people are about to be compatible and when the signs are about to be checked? If they are not compatible, the entire marriage can fall if it is forced. And if it is compatible, everything can go well. I'm sure you've heard from many people's experiences. Two people can come together, and when two people come together, immediately after marriage, business excels. Money starts to come. Everything goes good. They start living happy, comfortable, children prosper. Everything goes smooth and nice. And if there comes a time where they are not compatible, the moment they are married, business goes on a bus. They're in debt now. Problems start happening. Money can't stay. There's fights every single day. There's problems every day. To all the young people, don't just rush into it. To all the younger ones, don't just jump into it. Don't just think that I just need to get into marriage. Don't just think that I just need to get into some relationship randomly. Don't just choose it. While we are here, many of us here, right here in Trinidad, we are given the opportunity to still think and to choose. There are many parts of the world that we travel to, and some children don't have a choice. There are many parts of the world. Recently in Guyana, I was speaking to one young girl who She was at the age of 16 and her father was saying to her, before the end of the year, make sure you get married. I don't know how you're going to find it and make it happen, but make sure before the end of the year, it's about a compatibility. It's not about knowing anybody. There are still arranged marriages in many parts of the world. There are still arranged marriages where parents come and say, well, here's what, I can't take care of my child anymore because of money and finances and everything. So you know what, daughter, it's time to get somebody before the end of the year. Make sure you get married. But this is a different day and age and time. Don't rush into anything. Allow your children to learn, to prosper, to educate themselves, to find a better life and to stand firm on their own feet, to become independent in society so that they can make the choices that they want to, the right ones, with the blessings of God. The Brahmana says, Devi, you didn't make the right choice because things are supposed to be good. And she says, you know what? You don't tell me about that. I still want the same husband every time. She says, you will never take away the shadow from the tree. What does that remind you of? Patte patte me Radha. What did Radha say? Radharani says, Prabhu Krishna, if you are the moon, I am the moonlight. You cannot separate it. If you are the sun, I am the sunlight. You cannot separate it. If you are the flower, I am the leaf that supports the flower. So we work together. That's what Radharani said. What did Nari say? You see, Chana in my doubles. You see? In today's world, many people can live together happy and comfortable. But in today's society, to those who don't take a moment to analyze their life well, they jump into many things and they end up in problems. Today, this is what is about to happen. The king stands there and he looks at his wife going away and he feels alone and he feels as though there's nothing else in the world to live for. He starts to question in his mind and in his thoughts, what will I do with the life that I have if I can't even be happy? What to do now? I have a debt to repay. I've sold my wife, I've sold my son, and I have an amount of money. The money that I have, it is only 3/4 of the amount. I still need more. I can't even pay everything. 1 month has come. To those who remember the Kanhai for the last 2 days, it is said he was given 1 month to repay 2.5 loads of gold. And the last day has come. Half day has reached. And when the guru or that Brahmana walked up to him, he says to the Brahmana, give me till tonight. The day hasn't finished as yet. No, afternoon has dawned. And the Brahmana is coming and he wants his money. He wants his gold. And the king, he's looking at the little gold that he has received. His family is gone. And alone by himself, he starts to wonder how we will live in society. Many of us, we live in today's world with family around us. But physically and emotionally, we are alone. We live in a house where we have 4 and 5 children, husband or wife. But when we sit down in our home, nobody talking to nobody. We are alone. We go to our jobs and we don't even communicate with anybody because everybody has some issue or the other. We are standing amongst many people, but yet we are alone. Today that is happening. It's becoming rapid. People are in the middle of everybody, but they are living alone. मौत जब तुझको आवाज देगी. What did you come in the world for? To make friends? How does it go? आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन के. Like I feel like I alone now. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki. Everybody, आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. He stands by himself and he sees the Brahmana coming and he starts to question, I am here alone in this world now, and being alone, what am I expected to do? We live in this world and we are here alone. Everything that we have, nothing belongs to us. We come and we just use it and we let it be. The bhajan says that we live as though we are in a rented house because you're just rented, basically. It doesn't necessarily mean the physical renting, but even if you own a property, it's basically renting from the divine Lord, because one day you'll leave everything and just go. It doesn't even belong to you. Bhajan says this. मौत जब तुझको आवाज देगी, मौत जब तुझको आवाज देगी, घर से बाहर निकलना पड़ेगा. जिंदगी एक किराए का घर है, एक न एक दिन बदलना पड़ेगा. जिंदगी एक किराए का घर है, एक न एक दिन बदलना पड़ेगा. It is said while the king stands by himself, mentally he starts to question many things. What will I do with my life? Should I end my life then? In the midst of loneliness, people become depressed. In the midst of loneliness, people, sometimes they don't know if they destroy their own selves. Tonight, while we're singing this song, I want everybody to take a moment and put your hands together. And I want everybody to say a special prayer. You know for who? For the people who are lonely in the world. For the people who are depressed in life. For the people who are thinking in their mind, my only resort is to kill myself, commit suicide. For the people who don't have a person to speak to, or for somebody to console them, or to give a good word, or to uplift them. There are many people sitting even probably here tonight, and their mind are just lost and confused and wondering, when I go home, what to do? When I wake up tomorrow, what to do with my life? What to do when I face or I confront now the argument, or the fight, or the tension? What should I do? Let's take a moment to say a prayer. We pray to Bhagwan Shiva, the embodiment of peace. And we say, Prabhu Shankar, even I want peace in my home. I want peace in my job place. I want peace in my atmosphere, so everyone I come in contact with, I will feel peaceful energy everywhere. Everybody. Om Nagendraharaya Trilochanaya Bhasmangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuddhaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya Mandakini Shalila Chandana Charchitaya Nandishwara Pramatanatha Maheshwaraya Mandar Pushpa Bahu Pushpa Sapujitaya Tasmai Makaraya Namah Shivaya Vande Deva Umapatim Surugurum Vande Jagatakaranam Vande Pannagabhusharam Mrigadaram Vande Pashunam Pachim Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya. रात के 12 होगा सवेरा देखना है अगन दिन सुनहरा रात के 12 होगा सवेरा देखना है अगन दिन सुनहरा पाँव फूलों पे रखने से पहले पाँव फूलों पे रखने से पहले तुझको कांटों पे चलना पड़ेगा जिंदगी जिंदगी एक किराए का घर है एक न एक दिन बदलना पड़ेगा. One day in this world we will leave every single thing behind, and the only thing we will take with us is the deeds, the traits, the karmas that we've created, the good ones and the bad ones. Today, my friends, I'll remind you, live well, one life to live. And while we're living here, we are only here for a short time. Don't mess it up. Don't make the mistakes. And even if you do, you're still alive. You can correct them. Live life to the best of your ability. Live it to the fullest. Do the bestest of everything that you want to do in your life. Because when you depart and you go back to the divine Lord, and the Lord questions you, it is only up to you and you alone to answer the questions of the universe. मौत जब तुझको आवाज देगी, मौत जब तुझको आवाज देगी, घर से बाहर निकलना पड़ेगा। जिंदगी जिंदगी एक किराए का घर है, एक एक दिन बदलना पड़ेगा। जिंदगी एक किराए का घर है, एक दिन बदलना पड़ेगा। एक दिन बदलना पड़ेगा। एक दिन बदलना। माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी। The child is walking away. The father is alone. He's nowhere now to be seen. The wife and the child, they are gone. He's holding now the wealth that he received and he's saying, is wealth more than love for my family? Is money greater than the love that you have in your home? People give up their whole life and they give up the people in their life for wealth and for money. People throw away their loved ones for money. People throw away their loved ones for name and fame. And in the end, they sit down with everything. And not even that will give you eternal happiness. Because one day even that will run out. He sits with the money in his hands, with the gold in his hands, and he's waiting. And there the Brahmana is coming. It is almost 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And the Brahmana comes and he sees him with some gold around him and he says, so now you've received my dakshana. Let me see, what did you get for me today? And the king doesn't even care. He just pushes it like this. He has lost his wife and his son and he bends his head and he just pushes it away. And the Brahmana says, Kya hua? Is this how you give somebody something? How do people give you things? If you go for something and somebody says, hey, take that. Would you take it? There are ways to treat people, right? Like we say, it's not what you say, but how you say it. There are ways to tell people something. There are ways to give somebody something. There are ways to handle situations. There are ways to ease an argument by the way we think, by the way we act, and by the way we do our actions. Today he pushes it aside. And the Brahmana says, Arey, how can you give me it like this? How would you give me something like this? Just like that you will push it onto me? As a matter of fact, I don't know if I will accept this. And he stopped and he just looked now. I just gave away my wife and my son so you could get this gold. And you tell me you don't want it? And the Brahmana says, firstly, I will ask you a question. I will take it on the one condition. And the king bends his head and he only thinks, nobody knows my hard work. I gave away my wife and my son to take everything that I have now and just give it to you. And you don't even appreciate it. Does it ring a bell in our lives? Some people live their lives working everything to give people in their home something. And the people in their home never appreciate it. Some people work their life for others. Some people work in a business. Some people work in the community. Some people work in a home and they bring things to the home or they bring things to the job. Some people give others gifts and many things and some people never appreciate what they get. The king is thinking, I give away my wife and my son and you just look at that like, I don't want it. He says, I will only accept it on the one condition. What is the condition? How did you get all this gold? He says, you don't need to know. Just take it and go. You don't need to know how I acquired this gold. And the Brahmana stopped him right there and he says, well, okay, keep it. He says, what do you mean keep it? I gave away everything for you. Okay, so then tell me, how did you acquire this wealth? How does it matter to you how I acquired the wealth? He says it matters. Because a Brahmana should not accept wealth that was stolen. A Brahmana should not accept wealth that was stolen from anybody. The gurus and the preceptors and the great holy ones, they will not accept anything that was stolen. Do you remember recently when we were doing Mahashiva Puran? We spoke about, or even in the Garu Puran recently, many people would have been listening everywhere. It is said even when you offer flowers, you're not supposed to steal flowers. You all know that? How do you all get flowers to the prayers? You say, Baba come in on the road and I see our friends, boy. I jump out and I grab all before they come outside. It says whatever you have to offer to God, it should come from you, from your heart, from your mind, from your energy. That is what you give to God. You give people things that really belongs to you. You can't give something that is not yours. You can only give what is yours. So Mahashiva Puran says that when you want to offer flowers to me, I want you to plant that plant, nurture that plant, get the flower. We saw Baba will concrete all over. We have a concrete man here. We must plant and nurture the plant so we will take that flower. And Bhagavan says, because you've planted it and you've nurtured it and you've allowed it to blossom, I will accept it because love has been put in the process to be given to me. But I cannot accept anything that was stolen. The Brahmana says to him, if you stole this wealth, if you cheated on somebody, if you gambled in some way or the other, and this is the wealth you want to give me, then I don't want it. So I need to know where you got this wealth from. And at that point, the king then decided to speak. He says, well then listen, I sold my son and I sold my wife, and this is the money that I have from selling them. And he bent his head, and a teardrop is about to flow, but just before it flows, he keeps up himself and he tells himself in his mind that I must keep courage and I must keep strength in order to be able to stand strong against this pain, this hurt, this torment, and this suffering that I'm going through. While he's there and he's wondering what next, he says, take it. This should be everything. And the Brahmana says, no. Look, 2.5 load, you only bring 3/4. Well, listen, because you brought 3/4 of the bargain and the deal, this is only, at this time it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon. You only have, or you had 4 separate parts and quarters of the day. You have 1 more quarter to finish. It's late night. I will come at midnight. Make sure you have my final moment or my final amount of gold to give me. And if you don't have my final gold, I will shrap you and curse your entire lineage. Remember? He's from the lineage of the Raghukul dynasty. And he cannot bring down his name. He cannot bring down everything that he had worked for. So he says to the Brahmana, okay, Jauna, take everything. I will get it done. And he sits now and he starts to concentrate now where to get the final quarter, the sum of that amount of gold to give back. Who to turn to? He decides to walk down the road, and when he walks down, he sees the side of a road by a drain. And he decides to sit there and he starts to cry, and his mind is gloomy. And he's wondering now, should I destroy myself? What to do? When you have debts that you can't repay, what do? Do you think of ending it all? Do you think ending it all ends the problem? No, it doesn't. Amita Parakrama Maruti Rama. When Bhagwan Sri Ram sat down on the banks of the wonderful ocean, he bent his head and he says to all the monkeys and all the bears, do you think anybody will really bring back Sita Devi? And Mahavir Swami says, what are you talking about? Jai Shri Ram! Your greatest servant is here. Your greatest bhakta is here. All you need to do is to say Jai Bajrangabali. Friends, all we need to do in the midst of a crisis is to say a prayer. All we need to do is to pray, to worship the deities, to make an offering, to make one effort and one step towards Prabhu. All we need to do is to wake up your consciousness. Stop being or moving around the world, like we say, moping around and expecting miracles to happen. Stop walking around the world dejected and depressed and think that a miracle will come to you. Miracles will come to the people with the right energy and the right wanting for it. If you are down and depressed, then that energy will take you, my friends, nowhere. If you are down and you're depressed, it is said that energy will destroy you. While the king was just moping around, he sat down and he's just there. Is there anybody who wants to buy me now? Is there anybody who wants to buy me? I need an amount of gold. Anybody who wants to buy me, just come. And at that point, It is said the God of death smiled from the heavens. And he says, look at him. The God of death turns to Devi and says, Are Maya Parvati Devi, please grant me permission. I want to test this king. He says, anybody want to buy him? Please Maya, bless me. And the God of death has been given permission. And this is what he decides to do. It is said like Bajrangabali, with faith, with energy, with mental strength, you can rise above anything in the world. Mahaviri Swami says, Prabhu Ram, why worry when your great servant is here? Amita Parakrama Maruti Nama Ajita Mahakriti Atisakadha Shri Hanuman Jaya Hanuman Jaya Jaya Kapivara Bahubalavan Shri Hanuman Jaya Hanuman Jaya Jaya Kapivara Bahubalavan. लक्ष्मण जीवन कारण वीरा लक्ष्मण जी ओ लक्ष्मण जीवन कारण वीरा लंगित सागर सधिमति धीरा लंगित सागर सधिमति धीरा श्री हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय कपिवर बहुबलवान. क्या बात हरि गोविंदा. सुंदर शुभकर जयंकरा सुंदर शुभकर जयंकरा श्री हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय कपिवर बहुबलवान. It is said, my dear friends, like the strength of Bajrangabali, the king sits down now. But he has lost everything. He has lost his mind, his mental strength. He has lost the ability to think that he can do anything in the world. So he sits there and he says, anybody who wants to buy me, come please, anybody. I will do anything you want me to do. I just need some gold in order to repay a debt. And the God of death, he transformed himself into a Shudra. Out of the caste system, there is the Shudra, which is the last caste. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. It is said from the four caste system. Katha tells us, he comes as the last caste. And when he comes there, he approaches the king now. And he sees him crying out. And he's begging, I have nothing in the world. It doesn't make sense I live. Somebody just buy me. I will be your slave. I will do anything that you want. And this Shudra, it is said according to the explanation in our scripture, he comes with torn clothing. He holds a staff. It is said his skin looks dirty. His hair like a matted lock, but yet dirty at the same time. And he walks up to the king and he says, hey bhai, you're sitting here and you're asking for anybody to buy you? I will buy you. And the king looked at him and he says, hey, but you are a Shudra, right? You are last caste. When I look at you, you look like you can't even help yourself. You have the last caste, you come to buy me? He says, listen, I am a king. And as a king, I won't allow you to buy me. If a Kshatriya or a Vaishya comes, it's okay. But you have the last caste, I don't think you're worthy of buying me. You know, like they say, beggars can't be what? He sits there. Listen now. Shri Hanuman, Jaya Hanuman, Jaya Kapivara Bahu Balavan. Shri Hanuman, Jaya Hanuman, Jaya Kapivara Bahu Balavan. Jaya Jaya Kapivara Bahu Balavan. Jaya Jaya Kapivara Bahu Balavan. Bahu Balavan, Bahu Balavan, Bahu Balavan, Bahu Balavan, Bahu Balavan, Bahu Balavan, Bahu Balavan. Shri Hanuman, Jaya Hanuman, Jai Jai Kapivara Bahubalavan. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Anjaneyaya Namaha. Chigadananda Swami ki jai. The king, my friends, he decides to speak now to the Brahmana, that Chandala, as a matter of fact. He decides to speak to him. And that last caste, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, the last caste is standing there. It is an incarnation of the god of death. The king says, what do you want me to do for you? You want to buy me to do what? He says, listen, I live near the cremation ground. And I'm looking for a servant. And you said anybody could buy you. You just said anybody could buy you. So I came. They say, what are you talking about? People can take your words and manipulate it. He says, you said anybody can buy you. But I live near the cremation ground and I am in charge of cleaning up the grounds. I'm looking for somebody to come. And anytime somebody passes away, I want somebody to help change the clothes of that individual. I want to hire you. I will buy you. Getting a job description in his mind like that, he starts to think, on a cremation ground? Wait, let's think back a little bit. First of all, you're not a Brahmana, you're not a Kshatriya, you're not a Vaishya, you're the lowest caste. I won't allow you to buy me. I have been the king of the Raghukul dynasty. When he preaches these words, then the Chandala or that Shudra, he says, well then what shall you say your words? Because you can use your words and it can be manipulated in many different ways. Secondly, he says to him, you have been sitting here and moping around and begging for somebody to buy you. You all know the terminology, cry wolf? When I say cry wolf, what do I mean? What do I mean? Sometimes you just want to hide from somebody, so you're so God, boy, me I'm feeling good, boy. And that time you 100%. And you start to make up stories. Sometimes things are good in your life. Say, so how you going, boy? And you think in your mind, oh God, if I tell him I'm good, he go call me to do something. Boy, my back hurting me these days, boy. Too much trouble. Maybe people approach you and they want a little financial help or something that they need. And as soon as you see them, boy, thing real tight, boy, if I tell you. Real pressure these days. We cry wolf. You know what the Chandala says? Chandala means the Shudra, the last one. He says to him, you sit here and you mope as though your life has been destroyed. But you're alive. And you have health. And you're sitting here. And you're crying and you're asking as though you have nothing in the world. Do not cry wolf, because when you cry wolf, trouble will come. The older people will always say, and I remember the older people, they always say this to many young ones, do not cry wolf, because if something really happened, somebody asks you to do something but I'm feeling sick, did they really fall sick? You can say, oh God, I should have never said that. You never say things that you don't want to happen, but in turn be a motivated person. You know, long time I always tell devotees, when somebody comes up to you and say, how are you going? What are you supposed to say? What are you supposed to say? Well, are they? What are you supposed to say? I'm top of the world. Your words will make you who you are. Your words can make you and your words can break you. Your words can make everything. Words can make magic happen. Words can change the atmosphere and the energy of you and define you to become what you want to be. If every single day you say that I am healthy and I am strong, you will be healthy and strong. You will never think otherwise, I could even get sick. The thought will never be entertained. If every day you stand up and you start thinking positively, I can do that, I will do it, wait, watch and see, I will do it, and you keep going. Nobody says be overconfident in yourself, but have a confidence in yourself that you can stand and have a willpower to make anything that you want possible. Have an inner strength to get up and get moving. Don't just sit there. Don't be lazy in the world and just mope around and wait for things to happen. In turn, make things happen. Some people ask me, Randy, you ask me plenty time, Babaji, how you just do it, boy? 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm in 103. Whole day puja, come in yagya. And as soon as you say yagya, Jai man, let's start to play music, let me go. All the energy, why, how, for what purpose? Is there anything you're taking in particular? No, vitamin God. Love God so much to make it happen. Love what you do so much to be willing to have the determination and the persistence for things to happen. Live with an energy that is motivating. Not that when people see you, the minute they see you, they see the aura of like, do him talk to Hina, boy. If you only talk to you, get the breast too. Live with the energy in your home. Build the energy in your space that when you walk into somebody's house, as soon as they enter the house, they're supposed to feel, hey, this house feeling nice, boy. Not that when they walk in your home, we will come back later. Create your own energy, an uplifting and motivating one. Only you can do it. How can you do it? Even if the world and your world is upside down, still have a smile and be positive about life. It's your life to live. It's one life to live. Be a motivated soul. Be a determined spirit. Be a person who's ready to let go of baggages and say, Lord, everything by your grace and your mercy and your compassion. Imagine the last caste of a person is saying that. I was having a nice conversation today with a wonderful dad, and we were mentioning just briefly about the caste system. And we were just having this conversation, like in the beginning of the days, the caste system was basically a title for a different job title, as you were to say. Let me put it easy like this. Because a Brahmana is supposed to pray and pray for everybody. Not so? A Kshatriya is supposed to do what? Warlike, stand up and fight and protect the people. A Vaishya is supposed to plant and feed the Brahmanas or give them food to offer and feed the Kshatriyas. And the last caste, they're supposed to take care of everybody. That was then. Then in the age of Satyug, Treta and Dwapar, you can identify. The minute you see somebody with weapons in their hands, you say, hey, you know what, he's a Kshatriya. The moment you see somebody now or dressed in any different way, you can tell yourself, you know what, that's a Brahmana. If you see somebody ready to go into the garden and the fields, that's now the Vaishya. Today, life has become so different. You find all 4 castes in one person. Not so? So then who's really a Brahmana? Who's really a Kshatriya? You see one man planting every single thing, and if you ask him to stand up for you, he's ready to fight. When time to pray, he will sit down and dress himself in his dhoti and his kurta, and he will sit and he will chant all the mantras for you. So then who's Brahmana, who's Kshatriya, who's Vaishya, and who's Shudra? Bhagavan Shri Krishna says in the last few verses of Bhagavatam that in the last few days of Dwapar Yoga, then allow everybody to come together to pray and to worship and to do what they must, because one life to live. The Shudra, he says, I can buy you off today and I will give you all the money. And while they're having a conversation, the Brahmana is coming for your money now. Midnight nearly reached, and the Brahmana coming for your money. And when the Brahmana is close by, he sees now the Shudra speaking to the king. And he walks up and he says, hey, look at this hour. This is the hour I need to get my payment. So who is paying me now? He says at that point, he said, now I will tell you who is paying me now, because I need to get my money and my gold, and if I don't get it today, Raja, your whole lineage will be burnt in hell, because by the words of the great sages, the devatas will follow. The king, he stands there and he looks at now the Shudra and he looks at the Brahmana. What to do? Should I bring down my name and destroy my entire lineage by being sold to a Shudra? Or should I suck it in and be sold to pay the debt of the world? He looks at the Brahmana and he says, Brahmana, I don't know what to do today. Listen, I will think of something. Let me be your slave instead. I will be your slave, and anything you want me to do, I will do it. And the Brahmana is thinking, but I don't need a servant. I want my gold. He says, I will do anything you want me to do. Please, just command me. He says, okay. The Brahmana was smart. Okay, here's what. I will accept you. You want to be my servant? This is my first role for you. Today, I'm selling you off. Look at the reverse psychology. You are my servant now. I'm selling you off. And you will now go with the Shudra. And Shudra, you will pay me the price that you think fit for this Raja. The king turns to him and he looks up into the skies and he says, my life has been destroyed. Friends and bhaktas, there is always a way out in this world. Not by hurting and destroying ourselves, but by the Divine Lord. Even when all the gopis had gone into the forested path and were searching for Bhagavan Shri Krishna, and they were lost and they were confused. They felt as though their life was becoming miserable. You know what they did? When you think that there's no ends to the universe and you don't know where to turn and who to turn to, simply use that magical word, that voice of yours, and chant Krishna, chant Devi, chant Durga Maya, chant different names of the deities and allow them to guide you. Listen, friends. Radha Gauri, Radha Gauri. He's about to chant the name of the Lord, but he doesn't know what to do next. And now, in Kailash Parvat, Mahadev says, Devi, Dekho, look, I think this is enough. Devi, Lord Yamraj playing Shudra, Sage Vishwamitra playing Brahmana, and look at the poor king. He's giving his life and he doesn't know what to do. Don't let the world take advantage of the people in your life. He says, Devi, I'm embodiment of peace. We must stand up now. At that point, it is said the king down below, he's holding on to his feet. Radha Gauri, Radha Gauri, Radha, Radha, Radha. Radha Gauri, 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 Radha, 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 Radha Gauri. Sham Rasiya, Chori mere man basiya, Radha Gauri aur Sham Rasiya, Chori mere man basiya, man basiya, man basiya, man basiya, man basiya, Radha, 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 Radha. नीलांबरी किशोरी प्यारी, नीलांबरी किशोरी प्यारी, नीलांबरी किशोरी प्यारी, नीलांबरी किशोरी प्यारी, पीतांबर और घाट घसिया, ईश्वरी मेरे मन बसिया, पीतांबर और घाट घसिया, ईश्वरी मेरे मन बसिया, मन बसिया, मन बसिया, मन बसिया, मन बसिया, राधा 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 राधा। Everybody बोलो जय गोविंद बोलो। All together. Radha, 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 Radha Radha Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Om Namo Narayanaya Namaha. The king is standing there and he's standing in front of the Brahmana and he's standing in front of the Chandala or that last caste Shudra. And while he's standing there, commanded by the Brahmana, Brahmana says, you want me to own you? Well, I own you today and today I'm giving you away. He says, Shudra, whatever money and gold you have, give it to me because this is a debt that the king owes. And the Chandala, he says, well, Brahmana, listen, I may look like a Shudra, but this is what I will give you. He says, I will give you 10 yojans of land next to Prayag. Prayag in India is where the 3 rivers flow. I will give you 10 yojans of land next to Prayag. I will give you 1,000 jewels. I will give you 1,000 gemstones. I will give you a load of gold. And with all of this, you can take it and you can go. And that day, it is said the Brahmana, when he heard of the gold and he heard of the land and everything there, he says to himself, today you fulfilled now your duty. He says, great king, today you are owned by the Shudra. And while you're owned by him, you no longer owe me a debt, but your day and your time has come. And while that moment had come, it is said above in the heavenly region, Parvati Maya says to herself, she says, Prabhu Shankar Bholenath, well, it is time now to set the king free. Because if he goes into the hands of the god of death, then he will no longer be here in the world. He is owned at this time by the Shudra. And who is the Shudra? He is none other than Lord Yamraj. It is said when the Brahmana walks away, the king is about to follow now the god of death, knowing that he will go to the hellish regions for owing. At that point, Devi says it is time that she shows the world her strength, her power, how a mother stands up for a child, how a mother destroys the world to bring everything that she has to do. And from the skies and the heavens, she says, Mahadev, it is time for me to enter the earth. As Devi Maya prepares herself to come down to the earth and to bless this king, she opens up the skies and through the clouds and from the air, she comes down. And out aloud, the Devatas will chant, Om Durgaya Namaha, Om Shri Durgaya Namaha, Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. And Adi Shakti, in her powerful and manifested form, she decides to come down to the king. And she says, God of death, Yamraji, I will command you to leave now. But don't harm such a soul like the king. He has suffered enough. He has lost every single thing today. And today I will bless him because he has passed the test of life in itself. Never think that when you have something in the world, you are better than anybody else. Because like the king, you can have everything today and you can lose every single thing tomorrow. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Umapati Mahadeva ki. La 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 la. Finally tonight, my dear friends, we sing all together for the Universal Devi. La 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 la. La 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 la. Achalnya bigalama, ore ware kateri. Achalnya bigalama, ore ware kateri. La 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 la. La 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 la. Achalnya bigalama, ore ware. Manjatani amma manjatani manjatani pushpam palo amma sambrani ma sambrani ma sambrani malape na onge ma jaya jaya ankalama atala bigalama ore ware kateri Hare Yamma Kateri Meenakshi aur Bhadrakali Usai samayam kalaman Jaya Jaya Parameshwari Achalna Vigalama Ore Vare Kateri भद्रकाले कपालनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा दात्रे स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते ओम दुम दुर्गाय नमः ओम दुम दुर्गाय नमः ओम दुम दुर्गाय नमः श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की. This is where we end our beautiful night of devotion, my friends. And as we conclude this auspicious night, the third night of worship in the time of the Nauraatri period, we're about to join in our final Aarti, the Purnahuti as well. But before we do so, let me acknowledge the presence of my Bhaiji, Baba Vijay. Of course, I must invite you to give us a few words of blessings. It is Nauraatri period, and while we will sit here, every one of us, with the divine words of all the preceptors, the gurus, the pandits, and the blessings of Devi Mata, our lives will definitely become a better one. So I invite at this time Bhaiji Baba Vijay to give us a few words.
सदा भवानी दाहिनी की शनमुख गौरी गणेश, पांच देव मिली रक्षा करे की ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश. Five deity protect us when we pray to that goddess Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Gauri, and Ganesh. Sankha Chakra Trisulakara Adi Shakti Dayakin, Danya 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 Puja Devanaya Stutikin. All those admonition that Divine Mother protect us, and 33 million deities worship that goddess during this period of Nauraatri. Durga ji ka dhyan dado, dado Kali ka dhyan, Triyoti mai chima chahat, Mata yapano jaan. Puja karale Mata, puja karale, puja karale Mata, puja karale. हमें भद्रकाली माता में पूजा करले, हमें भद्रकाली माता में पूजा करले. पूजा करले माता पूजा करले, पूजा करले माता पूजा करले, हमें भद्रकाली माता में पूजा करले, भद्रकाली माता में पूजा करले. तू ही ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेशा, विष्णु महेशा, तू ही नारद सारद शेषा, सारद शेषा. जगमग तेरी से माया, तेरी से माया. हे भद्रकाली 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 माँ, भद्रकाली 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 माँ. पूजा करले माता पूजा करले, पूजा करले माता पूजा करले, भद्रकाली माता में पूजा करले, भद्रकाली माता में पूजा करले. चंद्र मुंद्र तुम्ही को नाशा, तुम्ही को नाशा. माता तुम्ही रत्मीश को मारा, रत्मीश को मारा. भद्रकाली 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 माँ, हे भद्रकाली 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 माँ. पूजा करले माता पूजा करले, पूजा करले माता पूजा करले, भद्रकाली माता में पूजा करले, भद्रकाली माता में पूजा करले. भद्रकाली माता में पूजा कर. नमो काल भैरो देवो देवो भवानी, नमो काल भैरो देवो देवो भवानी, नमो काल भैरो देवो देवो भवानी, नमो काल भैरो देवो देवो भवानी. जय 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 काल भैरो जय जय भवानी, जय जय माता काली. पूजा दुर्गा माता की, शास्त्री माता की। थैंक यू बाबा।
Prem Susumapati Mahadev ki jai. Special thanks, Baba Vijay, and your wonderful son. At this time, let us all stand for the Purnahuti and we join in our final Aarti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudakshate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Sarvangay Purnagvam Swaha. We offer Achman. Sarvatartha Samayuktam Sugandhim Jalvalam Jalamiti Achmanyam Medattam Giranam Sarvantu Mangalamata Achmanyam Samarapayami Agnebhyo Namo Namaha. Om Vanaspatire Subhutu Gandhari Gandhutamarga Sarvadevanam Dupoyam Pratikartam Dupoyam Samarapayami. Everyone extend their arms, take blessings of Agni Dev. Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Garuratvaja Mangalam Pundarikaksha Mangalaye Tano Hari. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. You know, join in our beautiful Aarti. हरे मंगल की सेवा सुनो मेरी देवा, हाथ जोर तेरे द्वार करे। सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया। सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया। सुपारे ध्वजा नारियल, पान सुपारे ध्वजा नारियल। पान सुपारे ध्वजा नारियल, हे तेरे बेत चराया, हे तेरे बेत चराया। मंगल की सेवा सुनो मेरी देवा, हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार करे। सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, सुबह चोल तेरे अंग विराजे, सुबह चोल तेरे अंग विराजे। सुबह चोल तेरे अंग विराजे, केसर तिलक लगाया, केसर तिलक लगाया। मंगल की सेवा सुनो मेरी देवा, हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार करे। सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, ब्रह्मा वेर परे तेरे द्वारे, ब्रह्मा वेर परे तेरे द्वारे। ब्रह्मा वेर परे तेरे द्वारे, कंकर ध्यान लगाया, कंकर ध्यान लगाया। मंगल की सेवा सुनो मेरी देवा, हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार करे। सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया, नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया। नंगे पग तेरे आगे आया, तूने का छत्र चराया, तूने का छत्र चराया। मंगल की सेवा सुनो मेरी देवा, हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार करे। सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती, धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती। धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती, मोहन भोग लगाया, मोहन भोग लगाया। मंगल की सेवा सुनो मेरी देवा, हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार करे। सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, गाये धानु भगत मया तेरे गुण गाये धानु भगत मया तेरे गुण गाये मनवांचित फल पाया मनवांचित फल पाया मंगल की सेवा सुनो मेरे देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार करे सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी जय 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 जगदम्बा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी जय 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 जगदम्बा भवानी हरि जय अम्बे अम्बा अम्बा जय जगदम्बा 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 हे दुर्गा मैया 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 मनाव दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया मनाव दिन रतिया हे दुर्गे फूला चराओ माला चराओ फूला चराओ मैया माला चराओ फूला चराओ माला चराओ मनाओ दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया मनाओ दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया हे दुर्गा मैया हे दुर्गा मैया हे दुर्गा मैया मनाओ दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया मनाओ दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मनाओ दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया मनाओ दिन रतिया हे दुर्गे स्वल्पे सवाहन सिखाता त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव भोर बही दिन चाट गया मेरी अम्बे हो रही जय जय कार मंदिर आरती जय माँ हे पहाड़ा वाले आरती जय माँ भोर बही दिन चार गया मेरी अम्बे भोर बही दिन चार गया मेरी अम्बे हो रही जय जय कार मंदिर विच आरती जय माँ हे पहाड़ा वाली आरती बनावा काहे दे मैया तेरी आरती बनावा काहे रे पावा विच बाती मंदिर विच आरती जय मां तू है चोले वाली आरती जय मां जय अम्बे बोलो आरती जय मां आरती जय मां आरती जय मां ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय उमापति महादेव की जय आज शक्ति दुर्गा भवानी माता की सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय जय सीताराम. Let us all take our seats at this time. As we take our seats, on behalf of the members of this wonderful Nav Durga Mandir, let me invite Celine to come to the front to give us a vote of thanks on this, the third night of our beautiful Nauraatri celebration.
Jai Sitaram. On behalf of the Nav Durga Mandir, I would like to take this opportunity to express our sincere gratitude and appreciation. All glories to Devi Mata, whose grace and blessings have made these 3 nights of Devi Yajna a success. Special thank you to our very own Guruji, Pandit Nauraatri Yajna, for rendering powerful discourses night after night, and to the celestial Gandharvas for your vibrant musical accompaniment. To Panditji, Pandit Gopal and his sister Shakti, thank you for conducting wonderful and peaceful Bedi Puja every evening. Sincere gratitude to the president of the Mandir, Randy, and his family for hosting this yajna during this most auspicious period of Nauraatri and giving devotees the opportunity to come together in worship to the Divine Mother. Thank you to the chefs who prepared the delicious meals every day and to everyone who assisted in the daily preparations. To everyone who has contributed in any kind to making this yajna successful, we extend our heartfelt gratitude. We brought our beautiful Durga Maya to the Mandir just before the pandemic, not knowing we would have gotten to spend 3 years with her. It is indeed a most divine blessing to have shared this part of our journey with Ma. We have celebrated so many special occasions with her, and it is bittersweet knowing that she must now return to her natural elements. But Sri Durga Maya came for a purpose, and we pray that she will remove all troubles and bring forth an abundance of blessings and light to the lives of each and every one. On Monday, 23rd October, we will bid farewell to our beloved Mata as we embark on Visarjan to Mayaru at approximately 7 a.m. Devotees are invited to bring your offerings and join in this auspicious experience as we conclude the Nauraatri period. Meals have been provided for everyone, and we wish you all a safe journey home.